Hello there, everyone. My name is Jacob, and I'm with my good friend Justin.
Yeah, it's your boy, the Rhea Ripley simp, and the biggest smark in the world, ready to do some more wrestling talk.
I don't know about biggest smoke in the world, but definitely Rhea Ripley simp.
Oh, come
And
on. You're at least a little bit of a smark, right? Come on.
yeah. I'm saying the world's biggest smoke. I feel like you're not the world's biggest smoke. I feel like that honor goes
No,
to like.
I'm saying you're the world's biggest smark.
Yeah, okay, yes, okay, maybe, maybe that. But we're here to talk about the quite eventful month that has happened with WWE, more particularly with the Royal Rumble, but also a few notable things that occurred just within the last few weeks alone.
It's freaking January.
Yeah, it's just
All
January.
this has happened.
So let's kind of get down into the big thing first. The very obvious one: Vince McMahon resigned.
Again.
Yes, again, but this time he's gone for real. So, we're not going to
Yes.
go too much into the details because we want this show to mainly be about the Rumble. Not because we want to downplay what happened, because like this is very important, but also because like we want to just talk about the Rumble. But so what happened was about 2 years ago, if you remember, Vince McMahon was temporarily outed from the company. He temporarily resigned before Endeavor bought the company, and that it was owned by TKO because a woman accused him of sexual assault. And then 2 years later, that same woman, I believe, she came out with a huge. Well, I think it was leaked by Wall Street Journal that because there was a court document in an ongoing lawsuit that Vince McMahon is essentially a sex trafficker, and done legitimately horrible things to women. And Vince is definitely not the only person involved. There's in the document it says that she was used to help re-sign a former UFC champion and WWE superstar, which a lot of people are saying is Brock Lesnar, which we'll actually get into a bit once we talk about the Rumble, because he was supposed to appeal and then got pulled last minute. And also, basically, Vince is a huge piece of shit, but we all kind of knew that. And there's long rumors now that like Triple H and Johnny Ace and a whole bunch of other people are probably going to be fired because of this. Justin, what are your thoughts on this?
I mean, it's a real bad thing, but it had to happen. You know, we had to get this shit out in the open. We had to fucking fix this stuff, and I think like the biggest thing here is gonna be like if Triple H is out, then who's the main man? Who's the booker?
I think that might go to Nick Khan, or maybe if Shawn Michaels is somehow not involved, Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels somehow not involved in some shady business.
In some shady business with Triple H, yes, I know. Insane
Clickmates
thought.
for
Yeah.
life, right?
Somehow Steve Carino is the Booker of Raw now. Um, but so if you're wondering, if anybody at home was wondering, Vince didn't initially resign upon once it was moved, because apparently in his contract it states that he can only be let go of his position if he resigns, is dead, or like unable to do his work somehow. And but then Slim Jim came out and were like, "Hey, we're gonna pull off sponsorship," and that likely means a lot more other people are gonna pull the sponsorship. So I guess assuming pressure of like, "Hey, if this company goes down, then I'm totally fucked." Vince was like, "Okay, I'm out," and he
It
resigned.
seems it seems that sex trafficking is a really great way to get advertisers to pull out and fix things, isn't it? Because this happened
Because it happened with
to
Moolah.
Moolah too.
Because her past was
Advertisers really don't like sex trafficking.
remember, kids, it only becomes a problem for your company if advertisers pull out. If it fucks with your money, then that's when stuff's gonna change.
That's always been the truth, man. That's for everything.
Yeah, then, now, and forever.
Yep.
But I will say, I'm glad Vince is gone. I'm glad. I hope that he's not the only person getting. I hope everyone involved in that fucking situation gets fired.
This makes me wonder, did Kevin Dunn see the ship headed towards the iceberg?
That is possible. That is possible. Because I wouldn't be surprised if, well, even then, because the news broke roughly a year and a half ago that this all initially happened. I don't know if anybody in the company knew that that Wall Street Journal article was going to be posted. I assume not, because many of the talent found out around the same time. But then again, Bruce Pritchard has always been like Vince's boy, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's like, hey, I'm gonna try to save my career before it goes down the shitter. Or maybe it was just because TKO is a part of the company now, and it's like, hey, we're just gonna let him go when this contract gets up.
Right.
But
in other news about TKO, The Rock is a part of the board.
Yeah, and that is surprising. I think he's gonna actually be the person that replaces Vince.
That could work.
Because
I could see that going well.
To put my conspiracy theory brain hat on, assuming they knew about that this was eventually going to leak, what likely happens, they probably reached out to Rock like, hey, do you want to be the fucking president? Or do you want to be in charge of WWE now? And yeah, but they brought him in, and there is there's a match on the table for him at the Royal Rumble. Not Royal Rumble, at WrestleMania this year with Roman Reigns. It's going to be Rock versus Roman. They're finally going to do that match. And I get the appeal, I get the reason why. But holy crap, I do not want to see that match.
Well, given the end of last night's events, triple threat, anyone?
Triple threat is an option. That is an option. I think Cody is going to officially finish. I think they're going to pull a Benoit at a WrestleMania 20 moment. Have him win the Rumble, but then, the current champion's also feuding with this guy, and the last big match ended in, like, controversy or whatever. And I know that apparently Rock is not scheduled to show up at Elimination Chamber in Melbourne. Because...
I mean, what, you think he's going to go all the way to Australia?
No. He is not. So I think a triple threat is likely, but if anything, the part of me is like, I can't trust WWE enough. I know they're gonna have Roman lose to, well, I mean, everyone's already seen it already. The show's, we're gonna spoil the whole fucking show, and it's Cody Rhodes. Everyone knows Cody Rhodes is winning the Rumble. But anyways, I think the cynical part of me says Cody is going to lose at Mania, and they're gonna set up the Rock versus Roman match at SummerSlam, and like have it be like, oh, it's the summer blockbuster of the year kind of thing. That is the cynical part of me. I hope to God that it is not him. I hope that it's... But then again, because even then, you know, admittedly, Roman versus Rock could still happen without the strap. But it would probably... But
I mean, that's the thing that they don't seem to get, is that you can have Rock Roman without the belt. So just have it at SummerSlam.
Exactly. And so I hope maybe we could still get Rock versus Roman just without the belt, because it's a cool match, it's a great idea, and like pitting, like, you know, it's pitting this kind of past versus the present, and like what's basically gonna probably be Rock's final match forever. I think it'll be pretty cool. I just don't want Roman to stay champion for another year, because he only wrestles 5 fucking times in the entire year, and most of it is taken up with the same promo shit, which I hate. That's just, but you know what, hey, if The Rock is able to make the company good again, I'm all for it, you know. He seems like, what better to have an actual wrestler than, like, a guy who's a wrestling promoter, either. No.
Yeah, you know, that's the real dream, is, like, having somebody who's been through it and knows what people want. You know, maybe we could get that union finally.
Maybe, you know, I doubt it, just because of how WWE is as a corporate machine. But, you know, hey, maybe if we're lucky, one day. And then Jesse Ventura will rise from his, not grave because he's not dead yet, his retirement home, and be like, I win. Fuck you, Hogan.
Fucking finally. Speaking of Hogan,
Oh, are you gonna talk about how Hogan almost was gonna be in the Rumble?
I didn't know he was gonna do that, but he was, doing the whole introduction shit,
Yes,
and
yes. But well, I'm gonna get into that in a second because we also have to talk about the Netflix thing.
oh yeah, the Netflix thing.
So, about earlier this week, we're recording this on the 28th, literally the day after the Rumble, for the record. Earlier this week, it was announced that WWE would have its TV rights for Raw go to Netflix, and they're gonna live stream it. We don't know how if they're gonna make any format changes to the show. I think they're gonna just go 2 hours with limited commercials, maybe commercial free. They say it's commercial free in the presser, but Netflix already has the ad tier. I believe they're working on that. So, and also they gotta work around international markets that don't have Raw on Netflix. Because I think some countries probably still have Raw on well, actually no. Now that I think about it, I realized they're
Wasn't the
launching
press
network.
conference that everything everywhere else is going to be on Netflix? Like everything is
Yeah,
going to Netflix
so-
in 2025 for the rest of the world.
Which is crazy to think about because that means the WWE Network is going to be officially dead.
I mean,
But
it was
that-
already pretty fucking dead.
Yeah, that's true.
But
But yeah, I think they're gonna walk around. I don't think it's gonna be commercial free, even if they say commercial free, because they gotta make those.
I'm sure it'll be free for like if you pay for good Netflix.
Yeah, if you pay for like ad-free Netflix, which is becoming like a fucking expensive motherfucker.
I mean, if in 2025, if I can cut Peacock because I don't give a fuck about it, that'd be great.
Yeah, I would cut Peacock, but my parents pay for it because they watch fucking what's that show on Bravo? The fucking there's like this it's like some boating show that they watch.
Boating show?
God, I have to look it up now. Christ, it's like some Below Deck. They watch Below Deck. That's what it's like a show following people on a yacht.
Okay.
It's stupid.
Well, if you get Peacock for free, all
Well,
right.
and also, admittedly, Ted was on there, and I watched the Ted series. It's good.
Oh yeah, I do need to watch that.
I don't care much for Seth MacFarlane as a writer, but like by fuck, this was the funniest thing I saw in a while. But yeah, no, it's really impressive. Very cool that WWE is moving with the times and kind of going for streaming first. I feel like that's what a lot of sports companies are going to try doing for, because it's probably better for them where they have advertisers go directly to them, not have to worry about like TV stations and like working around local games and like removing all the stuff that actually prevents people from watching what they want to watch. WWE obviously doesn't have that problem anyways because,
And
it's
not
not like
getting
those...
preempted by the dog show.
Yeah, but it would be just... It's definitely a thing I think most sports companies are doing, and like if WWE presents itself as like a part of the sports mainstream, I say that in quotations, then...
My question is, who, on that first episode, who's Brock Lesnar going to squash and steal a title?
I am going to say Cody Rhodes.
Come on, Xavier Woods. Get that New Day
Somehow
trifecta.
it's just New Day members.
Come on, give Xavier Woods the rope.
He squashes
Come
him
on.
for the United States title.
That's good. That's good.
But yeah, no, that's pretty good stuff. And you did raise up an interesting question of what's going to happen to the archive after this.
Yeah, I heard that from like Cultaholic and shit. But like, really, what's going on with that? Because like it's still on Peacock, and
and not
is
all
the
the
Peacock
content.
deal gonna go away?
Yeah, and not all the content on Peacock not all the content from WWE Network is on Peacock yet. They're still, I think, adding content. Like, I remember all the Hidden Gem stuff, I think, is still gone. Last I checked. I wouldn't be surprised if some episodes of, like, ECW are still kind of fucked. Obviously, all, like, the main stuff, all the pay-per-views and whatnot, that is still there. But,
I mean, I'm sure Netflix wouldn't mind taking on, it's what, 1 million hours of free content?
Yeah, although it's important to know that it's just United States, it's international markets that get all of WWE onto Netflix, like you said earlier, and Peacock just gets all of WWE's archiving stuff, so and like their pay-per-views. But I wouldn't be surprised if once the Peacock deal dries up, that they move all the stuff to Netflix, and that becomes like the home for WWE internationally, not just in like Europe and whatever.
And I'm assuming that this will stop replays of Raw appearing on Hulu. I'm assuming.
That's likely. I don't know how long their deal is, because WWE's had a stable relationship with Hulu since like 2012, I want to say 2014.
Didn't they just released a Hulu series?
Yeah, it was
with
Montez
and Bianca.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think it's definitely gonna put it into question over like their relationship. But because Netflix is gonna be Netflix, I wouldn't be surprised with that. But it's important to know that one, WWE can apparently, Netflix can apparently cancel the deal after 5 years. There's something in the contract I read where if they have a certain thing, like if they at a certain point, WWE can opt to just drop them, even though they signed a 10-year deal. Knowing how Netflix is, that might be kind of interesting, because it just depends on how much the weekly viewership is, because obviously there's going to be an initial boost in viewership, I think, with the Netflix move. That's how SmackDown was, and then when SmackDown got announced for it's going back to USA from going back to Fox, it was because the ratings just weren't that good. So I think maybe after 5 years they might get dropped, maybe not. I can see them though, just knowing how Netflix is when canceling shows.
Yeah, I mean, it's very possible. And well, I mean, the other thing about it is like WWE is going to be a constant content creator and will constantly have people like coming to Netflix, whereas you don't have to worry about seasons and waiting for the next batch
people
of episodes
making
to drop.
The show.
Yeah, it's every week. Like, you're going to keep getting content for this, so I don't know if they'd really want to drop that fast.
That is true. And
it seems like a good deal.
And they still have those international markets, so they're going to be making a lot of money just from the pay-per-views. But
because like Netflix has never really jumped onto that weekly bandwagon like Disney or some of the other streaming services have done.
I think the closest thing they had was way back in the day. They used to have the Joel McHale show on, and that only lasted for 2 seasons, and before they canceled it because they decided to make the second season a binge thing, which just did not work out for them.
Okay.
But yeah, and then there's also the really interesting question of what was I gonna say with Netflix? Oh yeah, because the USA deal for Raw ends in October, and then the deal doesn't start until January. So where are they gonna be from October to January?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Another thing is, with Netflix, do they have to stick to PG at this point?
Ooh, that's a good question. They have been experimenting a bit with non-PG stuff,
Yeah.
So I think maybe, but also WWE's big with families, so I feel like they might stick with them that way, and then AEW can capitalize that with their, we're a bit more edgier, we can say fuck, we use thumbtacks, that kind of shit.
Wow. Do you think was that Saturday Night Slam will go on, or Saturday Morning Slam would go on fucking Netflix Kids or some shit?
Sadly, yeah. And then you have Shotguns. No, it died because it only aired for one season on the Hub. That will.
Oh yeah.
Then they have Shotgun Saturday Night for the adults.
Oh.
Right. I'm gonna get my food arrived, so I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get it, and then I'm gonna then we can start discussion on Rumble.
All right. How's it going? How's it going?
Good.
Good. Okay.
Okay. So, firstly, who starts the Rumble? Well, who starts the show? But everyone's favorite racist, Hulk Hogan.
Yes, everyone's favorite.
He kicks off the show. He doesn't make an appearance there, but since the show's in Tampa and everything, he decided to do a little opening, and it was okay.
I think this is the most I've felt sad that Dusty's dead, because he would have been much better for it.
Dusty would have cut a kick-ass promo, but also it would telegraph so much that, like, oh, Cody's winning this, right?
It would, but I mean, people kind of knew that.
Well, I actually went into it thinking Punk was going to win, honestly. I thought Punk was going to win.
I did as well, but, like, I don't know, certain events kind of started to lean me towards maybe Cody will win. You know, they kept reiterating that fucking double Rumble winner shit, so I was like, okay, what are we doing here?
Yeah, when they went over the stats video later, they did say, oh, could Cody win this? Could he win back-to-back Rumbles? And I was like, maybe Cody actually is winning.
Yeah.
But, so, we start off with the Women's Royal Rumble. First two out is Natalya and Naomi. And Naomi in particular...
Naomi's back, everybody.
Yeah.
Trinity Fatu is here.
Yeah, Naomi was in Impact, now TNA, known as Trinity Fatu, and she went on a pretty good run. She won the belt at Slammiversary and then dropped the belt to Jordynne Grace, who had Hard to Kill at TNA's first event, which, by the way, I actually watched that show. I didn't watch all of it, but I felt like it was decent. Definitely questionable by the end of things. I'm looking at you, Moose Champion, somehow defeating Alex fucking Shelley for the belt, and your big signee being Dolph Ziggler. Which, as a Dolph Ziggler fan, I just
they got a bigger signee coming in.
Oh, wait, who? Oh yeah, there's the rumors that
Okada's back in TNA.
Well, he hasn't.
Thought
signed
it would never happen.
Though. He hasn't signed anything. So, but if he does get signed, it's gonna be the funniest thing ever.
And here I thought he was going to appear.
Yeah, you thought he was gonna appear at the fucking Rumble?
He could have.
He's still under contract though.
Damn it.
And Mercedes, their contract expires in February, I think.
Well, so are fucking Naomi and Grace. So
yeah, but they have a working relationship with TNA. That's the thing.
Do they?
Yeah, they do. On occasion, wow. they at least this particular thing was on like a hey, you know, we'll since we got signed back to fucking since we signed back Naomi, let's bring in your champion and have her get a hell of a run. Which, by the way, Jordynne Grace entered at number 5, and that was fucking that's kind of crazy, honestly. For one, it's Jordynne Grace. She isn't like a Mickie James where she's familiar with the WWE audience. She is somebody who is fucking awesome. She's big, strong, and holy shit, man, like, she can kick so much ass, and I love it.
If you want somebody who I think would actually be a good opponent for Rhea Ripley, right there. Sign this woman.
But two other notable appearances happened at the Women's Rumble. For one, Jade Cargill made her WWE debut.
Here we go.
Those
Jade's
who might know,
pretty good.
She debuted at the she debuted on NXT. She didn't wrestle because she was fortunately her mother passed away not too long ago, and she had to take time off, and you know they were waiting for when to bring her back. But she made her debut here, and she put on a fucking hell of a performance. She single-handedly eliminated Nia Jax, and like, oh my god, that was awesome. And
Nia Jax is here because she has to be.
Yeah. Oh, and also Liv Morgan also made her return to the company here, which I was surprised because it's she got busted for weed recently, and I know that doesn't entirely.
Right.
I know WWE's thing has been kind of laxed when it comes to people using drugs like that recently since they signed Matt Riddle and everything, but it's still I feel like I would
signed. You're right.
Yeah, signed. But still, it's just a bit surprising for me. But this match was eventually won by Bayley, who entered at number 3. and she was the
Very
Iron
good.
Woman of the match. She lasted an hour and 3 minutes, which is
Longest
just
record.
yeah. And
Only
like,
a couple of things. Only a couple of things I really wanted to mention. Zelina Vega came in. I think at like what 15.
Zelina Vega came in at 17. 15 was
17.
my event.
Close enough. But she had like some wings on. I'm like, is that Apex or what is
It's
that?
Overwatch 2, according to one of my friends.
Okay.
I mean, why Overwatch 2? It's my question. Nobody likes Overwatch.
I mean, I'm surprised there was nobody sporting like a Harley Quinn or something for the Kill the Justice League
'cause that was-
synergy.
yeah.
Nice job calling one of the. I think it was Piper Niven who Cole called Naya. Like, good job, dumbass.
Oh, speaking of Piper, she obviously was, so, we'll tag boner, Chelsea Green.
Yeah.
She was the comedy spot of the Shield, and I'm like hopeful for that because she just constantly got shat on for the entire match.
Indeed. At least it wasn't 4 seconds.
Yeah. Actually, who's the person who spent the least amount of time in this Rumble? Oh, Valhalla. She got. Oh yeah.
What was that, like 20 seconds?
It was 5
Truth
seconds
fucked her over?
because All-Truth made the appearance. He made the comedy appearance. It's like womp womp. He's in the women's Rumble. How All-Truth?
Oh, R-Truth, why are you here?
But what are your thoughts on Bailey winning the match?
I think it was a bit hasty at the end there, but definitely the correct person. And I mean, obviously they're gonna like pull a Batista or something, right? And they're gonna do like the thumbs down and he's gonna attack Io or some shit, right?
Yeah, that's the theory. People are thinking that it's gonna be.
Also, I love how Seth and Roman got skyboxes, but the women's champions
they're
just have to stand in the back.
Watching in the most awkward way possible. Nobody watches
They
TV
couldn't.
like that.
They couldn't have just shared the skyboxes.
They could have
Like-
they could have shot from 2 different angles and you just don't see them.
Totally 2 different places. But also, I don't know who came up with Tiffy time. Never say that again.
Who said that?
That's apparently Tiffany Stratton's thing. Is that it's the commentators say Tiffy time. Never again. It's terrible.
I'm sure it makes sense if I actually watch NXT, but I'm not doing that.
Watch NXT, God.
But I thought the match
You know,
was,
Vengeance is coming up.
Oh yeah, Vengeance Day, yeah.
Yeah. But it was
But
a good match.
Yeah, it was a good match. Bit sloppy at points. There was some like botchy moments. But I do think it was pretty good overall, and I'm very happy for Bailey winning. I don't think Rhea Ripley's gonna be the person she challenges. Definitely Io Sky, and that match is gonna fucking slap. You know,
Shouts to Asuka and Kyrie, doing pretty well.
yeah, they're both women's tag champs. Who do you think is gonna
I'm a
challenge
little
Rhea?
sad. I'm a little sad that Dakota isn't able to like get into this.
Oh
because, yeah.
Because she's injured, right?
I think she's still injured. Her knee's still messed
Damn.
up. But yeah,
Who do you
it
think
sucks.
is gonna challenge Rhea Ripley though for the belts? For her belt?
I'm feeling like something's gonna happen at Elimination Chamber with like either Becky or I don't know. Pull a crazy one and make Ivy Nile actually matter. I don't know. Ivy Nile was in this match, by the way.
Yeah. For me, I think it's gonna be Naomi, assuming I think she's signed back to WWE.
That would also be very nice.
Yeah, she is. I think it's gonna be Naomi because she made a big return. She's familiar with the crowd. People love Naomi.
Yeah.
But I don't think that she's gonna win the belt just yet from Rhea. I think they're still gonna have her go on the fucking amazing run that she has right now.
Oh yeah.
So
Rhea's having a good time.
So then we get the 2 other matches. The Fatal
the other
4-Way
ones.
for the Undisputed Championship came up after this, and story for this is pretty simple. B guys want a chance at a Roman's championship. They fought for the chance on SmackDown a couple of times, and then oops.
Yep.
Yeah, and then
Roman tried to fuck around, and he found out.
Yep, because wasn't it who's the new general manager? It's
Nick Aldis.
Yeah, Nick Aldis.
Nick Aldis was like, okay, you fucked over this match, so you're gonna have to face all 3 of them. And then next week they're doing a contract signing. Fun, I know, right? But then Paul Heyman comes out and he's like, fuck that, we're not doing that. Nick Aldis is like, well, fuck you. Then I'll just make it a vacant title match. So we had to do it. There you go. Good job, Nick Aldis. You're doing better than Pierce.
What the fuck did Pierce do for most of his run?
Most of it nothing. He said War Games once.
Did he say that? Oh, he did, yeah. And then it didn't work as well because Eagle.
There was a bit of Steiner math for this title match though.
How so?
Because they're like, he's got at least like a 25% chance of winning. Like, does he? I think he's got more of a 100% chance of winning. I don't think he actually won though. Yeah, he did. He pinned AJ.
Yeah, Roman won. Yeah, Roman retained.
Which, if anybody was gonna take the pin, probably AJ.
Yeah. So it's Randy Orton's, I believe, second match back after no, because he had a few matches in SmackDown. But it's LA Knight, AJ, and Randy Orton. I didn't expect. This is pretty obvious. Nobody was expecting Roman to, drop the belt at Royal Rumble.
Obviously, Cody.
AJ Styles is kind of too old, I feel. Oh no, he's not old, but he's old by WWE standards. He's like he's 46, which I know like Jericho's the same age and he's still getting work, but
at least he's not graying.
Yeah,
Jericho. God.
But I feel like with AJ, they're just not gonna put the belt on him because the Roman's their fucking boy now. Maybe if he moves to Raw.
It really just feels like AJ has had his time, and he's even had his title before.
Yeah,
it wasn't great, but he had it.
No, that his second run was pretty good, I think, with the belt.
I really feel like he needs to pull an Edge and like, hey, TNA's back,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Go back to like Bullet Club AJ when he was a badass.
Oh yeah. They keep trying to do that with the OC, but it never works.
Because nobody gives a shit about Gallows and Anderson. Nobody will ever give a shit about Gallows and Anderson. LA Knight, I know. I think one day he's definitely going to be champion. He was not going to be the one to do it heel.
No, nobody was.
And then Randy Orton actually legitimately almost had Roman. He almost had him. And I was like, holy shit, is he actually going to win? But then, oops, the same old Roman shit happens, which is my one fucking problem with every goddamn Roman Reigns match.
Which, at the very least, that was not the one thing that happened. It wasn't just interference wins the match. It was at least like, okay, Solo gets taken out, and then something else happens.
Yeah,
and then he wins.
Because they scrambled for a bit. I think it was like LA Knight and Randy in the ring, I believe it was, or maybe AJ. But Roman was just kind of watching, and then then he made his move. And Solo did this huge bump between the barricade that looked fucking crazy, by the way.
He went straight in, just ole.
Yeah, but
it was the most serviceable Fatal 4-Way I've ever seen. It's fine.
Definitely entertaining.
Fine.
I give it. I say like on a out of 5 scale, I give it like a 3.5, maybe 4.
With 4 guys who have had so much tenure and people know as credible stars, you can't really have that bad of a match, right?
Yeah.
You see, Randy Orton, if you don't have John Cena, he'll have an okay match.
If you have Cena, he's gonna go fucking crazy and try to kill him.
He's gonna go a little crazy, and then you're gonna have a bunch of water for the next couple of minutes.
Then we have the United States title match. It's Logan
at the top. Fuck Logan Paul.
Yeah,
go on.
Fuck Logan Paul. We can all agree.
Also, fuck Pat McAfee. Fuck him.
Yeah. I have an irrational hatred towards Pat McAfee.
Like, Lil Mark Madden over here, go away. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
He's gonna get as mad as he did when Aaron Rodgers incinerated that Jimmy Kimmel was a pedophile.
Oh my god.
Anyways, so this match, Cody, fucking Kevin Owens won a tournament to fight Logan at the match.
Shout out to that Prime sucks sign in the back there.
Legitimately
Pretty
great. We salute you, my friend, whoever did that.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, I fucking hate Logan as a person. As a wrestler, he's surprisingly good, and I hate.
There are a lot of wrestlers who we can hate as people, like Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
They're good wrestlers, but they're terrible people.
I wouldn't say Chris Jericho's necessarily good.
He was
serviceable.
He was. He's not good
but I'm
now.
saying now, Chris Jericho. Now.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, everyone says is Logan Paul is really just the guy that you put a guy in like an old SmackDown game you create and put all the cool moves on.
Yeah, he's over here using Inoki's hold when he's the embodiment of what's wrong with Inokiism.
Oh God. It's not really necessarily Inokiism because they're not.
He's a crossover star.
Yeah, but he's not fighting in the necessarily Inoki style. You know.
Well, he's not doing like that whole, make a fucking UFC match shit. He's not doing that.
Yeah.
But, the fin of this match was fucking bullshit, though.
Yeah, I was gonna talk about that. It came about decent match, all around, but the finish, one of Logan's like podcast buddies or whatever came in.
He's some dude. They don't even say his name.
No, I think they say his name, but I just keep forgetting it because like he just looks so generic.
He really does.
He comes
out
out.
A white shirt.
He comes out and is like, he stops Roman and Logan's like, oh, what are you doing? And then Austin Theory
You're out of here.
Then Austin Theory and somebody else. Grayson Waller. He comes out, hands him brass knucks deck, but then KO stops him, and everyone was like, holy shit, oh god, KO's gonna win.
But then keeps the fucking knucks.
Yeah, he keeps the knucks, and then ref's like, no, DQ.
It's like, damn
Logan
it.
retains.
At least he went through a table.
Yeah, there's at least that, but...
So now I'm wondering, is the end goal of this to eventually put the belt on KO, is my question.
Yeah, I can see that. I think it's going to be him versus Logan at Mania, and he's going to drop the belt there.
Yeah, okay.
Because like Roman, Logan only works the big shows. He only really works...
Yeah.
He works like Raws, of course, and everything, but he doesn't wrestle there. So he...
What, you think this guy's going to work Elimination Chamber?
Yeah,
he's going all the way the fuck to Australia?
He's going to make a run-in at the best, but that's it. And he's gone for most of the year.
Yeah.
So, I just thought... I think Logan as champion is... I can't really judge him that much, because, like... Clearly, the reason why he beat Rey Mysterio was because they wanted to set something up for, WrestleMania. And I understand from a marketing perspective why they want Logan Paul in it, because he has the audience of children, and his clips get really popular online.
Yeah.
So,
I think The Rock beat him, though.
Oh, in terms of viewership? Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
For WWE, I think The Rock broke the record.
Because I'm talking about just Logan's overall appeal.
Overall, he's more usually, I think, but yeah.
But then we have the men's rumble, and this was pretty good overall. I would say a bit better than the women's rumble. I feel like at some points it was kind of but it was.
There were a couple of moments where it really slowed down. It was just kind of like, yep, these guys are just kind of standing here. Andrade's here. That's
Andrade,
nice.
yes, he is here. He left AEW at World's End back in December, and now he made his debut. I don't think he's officially signed yet, though, at least to my knowledge. Is he? No, he is not signed yet. But I wouldn't be surprised if he does eventually sign.
But as the only real surprise, relatively fine,
Yeah. But hey, it's great. Jimmy and Jey Uso stole the match, and surprisingly, Jey only got one elimination.
Only one.
Yeah.
Wow.
But he stayed until almost the hour was up.
He was like the final 5, wasn't he?
I think so, yeah, because he got eliminated by like 23. I think he was the 23rd person eliminated. Yeah, so
And they gave him the Roman shot. The bird's eye shot, hands on his temples.
Oh yeah.
No confetti though.
Yeah. What other surprises there were? For one, Braun Breaker showed up. He's
Hey,
in NXT
bud,
right
how
now.
have you been?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't watch NXT that much, but I see his clips online, and like, that's cool. That's nice. I think he's really good though. Actually, like no shade. But he made his return there, and that is apparently where Brock Lesnar's spot was supposed to be. He was.
I mean, honestly, like, Brock, no, you don't need to be in this Rumble. You don't.
Yeah. I think Brock should be, if he is gonna ever return, which I don't think he is after this, because of all the stuff that broke out. He's gonna probably be in like
doubt
the Undertaker role, where he appears maybe twice a year and then never comes in, and it's like, holy shit, it's Brock Lesnar, it's the Beast incarnate.
Speaking of the Undertaker, and speaking of NXT, he did that one time, which was interesting.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
American Badass over here.
Yeah, and that was just because they were WWE and AEW on the same day, and they wanted to beat them.
Yeah, it was a bit shady, but it happened.
What other notable things that I remember happening? One, almost showed up. I think he made his return. Shout out to all my Homo sapiens. I love this man.
Okay, he's cool. Big dude.
Yeah, he's not that great of a wrestler, but I just like him for the meme, and also sometimes he can pull out a cool move.
He's better than Drake Ali.
He's better than fucking Gabe Stevenson, which I heard might actually make his debut soon.
What the hell was with Gable Steveson? What the fuck was going on there?
Like what's the controversy with him? Or
I know what happened. It's just like, why?
Well, it's because he only had one match. The crowd turned on him in favor of Baron fucking Corbin.
When
and
you
he can't wrestle.
When you are getting booed over Baron Corbin, that is a problem. That is a problem.
I remember when everyone hated Baron Corbin. When everyone
still does.
Everyone still does, but at least people are hating him for the right reasons, not because he's a bad wrestler, because he's just okay as a heel.
Not because they're told to.
Yeah. Pat McAfee showed up for like 2 seconds.
Bro.
He showed up, entered in, and then left. He was like, fuck that. Which...
I mean, if I was staring down Omos, yeah.
I just wish that spot went to somebody else.
Honestly, yeah. Maybe another surprise, somebody.
I don't know, that could have been the all-truth thing. He could have been like, oh, fuck this, I'm out.
Yeah.
I feel like that could have been his thing.
But hey, Michael Cole still got that record.
He does. Yes.
Never forget.
God. To think.
Also, he said that we hadn't gotten 2 people winning the Rumble at the same time. Yes, we have, Michael.
Twice,
94.
actually. Technically twice.
The Batista thing, that wasn't technically, but...
Yeah.
The Luger and Brett one,
yeah.
That did happen.
But also Sami Zayn made his return. Which
back.
Good for him. We all love Sami in this household.
Indeed.
But the final 4 were Gunther, who I think is going on his reign of a one of the best IC reigns of all time, probably.
Yeah, I mean, in the last couple years, yes.
Yes, definitely.
Comparatively to a couple of other IC reigns, pretty damn good. Longest one, screw you, Honky Tonk Man, by the way.
People like to say fucking Miz made that title relevant again. No. Kind of did, but I feel like Gunther made the title actually worth of fucking defending it.
Yeah, now bring that to legacy design.
By the way, speaking of title shit, I just realized you can argue Logan Paul has made the United States title more relevant than it
Damn
has.
it.
Because
Since John Cena.
What was the last true? Yeah, John Cena was the last truly great IC title reign, but this one's actually making people watch the product.
Damn it.
I hate him, but he draws the fucking money.
It sucks that this is working, because it could be working for literally anyone else, and it's like, damn it.
But the final four were Gunther, Drew McIntyre, who might leave the company when his contract is up, and I feel like he's gonna go to AEW. You know, he could definitely be treated a lot better. CM Punk, this is his first match back, not counting house show appearances.
Not bad.
Yeah.
No.
He looked like he gassed
he gave
a bit.
Dominic some shit. A little bit. A little bit.
I think he might have broke his arm near the end of the thing. I don't know if that's just him selling it, but he looked like he broke his arm.
It's possible.
And Cody Rhodes, who, of course, run it. I thought it was going to be Punk until the very end, and then, oops, he reverses it last minute, and Cody gets the pyro, and Cody wins back-to-back. He's going to...
Finish the fucking story.
Finish that story.
Never-ending story.
And, yeah, that's the men's Rumble.
You know, they got Roman and him yelling at each other from like 2 miles away. All the way up in the skybox, he's down in the ring, like, sure.
So we know who, Cody's going after. That's obvious. We all know that.
Also, shout out to Ricochet.
Yes, Ricochet. Oh yeah, didn't he kind of went on some nice runs.
Got that PR drip though.
Yeah.
At least I think that's what it is. Green and gold, that's what I think it is.
But Cody Rhodes, he's definitely challenging Roman. Who do you think is going to challenge Seth now for the belt? His belt.
I mean, the problem is that we're at a point... where, like, is Seth even going to get a match? Is the problem.
He hasn't been vacated yet. He's just been injured, so it is possible.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna rehab so hard, but it's like you can only do so much.
I think he's out for at least a month. I think he might walk a bit hurt during that match, and I feel like there's the likelihood he might go on a bit of a lengthy kind of, rehab period even after this, just to really make sure his thing isn't fucked up. But
something tells me you could probably just say, okay, we'll book him in a match with like either Gunther or CM Punk, and then we'll just have Damian come in and just finish the match quick, so that doesn't get too hard.
That's likely. I think it's gonna be either Balor or Priest. They're gonna finally catch Balor's gonna. Either it's gonna be Balor, winning the belt from Seth, and then Seth, then getting cashed in by Damian, or it's gonna be Balor loses and then Damian cashes in, and then that causes tension in Judgment Day.
Yep, they've been pushing that one, so I'm interested as to where that's going. And
I see a lot of people complaining, like, well, why doesn't Damian Priest cash in? Why is he in the Rumble? Admittedly, it's an insurance policy. If he wins this, then he does at the very least get a guaranteed match. So hypothetically, he wins, loses match, immediately grabs his thing, attacks Seth from behind, cashes in, and wins.
I mean, yeah, there's the fact that like the Money in the Bank, while it is helpful, is not as like guaranteed as others, because people can still intercept you and like take it away from you.
Yeah,
it's like,
we've seen that before with fucking not Jinder, with what's his face, Baron Corbin. But we saw it with Baron Corbin where he would try to cash in, I think, at least one time beforehand, and also Bryan Danielson. Daniel Bryan in this case, he tried to cash in on Mark Henry, but that was voided because Mark is injured. You can't do it while somebody's injured.
Do you prefer D-Bry or B Dan?
I go with B Dizzle.
B Dizzle, that's good.
B Dizzle, because he was the Dazzler on
The Dazzler rules!
Yeah, and he just kicks Bayless in the fucking balls.
just kicks Hornswoggle in the dick and fucking takes him out.
Yeah. Oh, and also Hulk Hogan tried to get into the match. So there was a thing afterwards where Hogan failed the WWE's medical procedure standard kind of thing.
I mean, if he didn't, like, what fucking charlatans do they have as doctors now? Because there's no way he's cleared to compete.
They're giving him the same stuff that killed Andy Kaufman. But if he would have shown up, holy shit, man. He would have not. He would have died the second he came in.
If any one of them clotheslined his ass, he could not walk anymore.
He would just shatter to dust. It's like in Dragon Ball when when one of the guys get killed and they just disappear. They disintegrate. That's Hogan once he gets hit with a claymore by Drew McIntyre.
Totally.
So that's the Rumble. That's the Royal Rumble. Pretty good show.
That's the Rumble. Things are happening.
I'm confident.
A lot of shit's going on.
I'm confident Mania is gonna be good. I'm
Hopefully
confident
we'll make it to April.
Hopefully, they can actually correct the wrongs of last year and have Cody finish the fucking story. I hope. Swear to God if he doesn't.
You don't know what you want. Only we know what you want.
Just
if you
consume
want more
the
Roman,
product. You have to let it play out.
You want Roman Sammartino is what you want. Calling my shot right now. We're gonna be 4 years on from this shit, and he's gonna break Sammartino's record. I'm calling it. I'm calling it.
But also, you gotta consider Vince is not with the company anymore. He doesn't have any say, and he was clearly. I think he was somebody who was largely pushing for that Roman run. So, could he theoretically, not drop the strap at Mania and
that's very
go on his
possible.
times thing?
Also, Cody, can you come out with a rubber chicken at Mania, please? Please.
He comes out in he like there's like a rubber guy in a rubber chicken costume, and then Cody just like spews him off the stage and he's never seen again. It's like
Amazing.
Peter and the fucking chicken.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I thought it was a pretty good show overall. You know, a bit at points, but overall it's I liked it. I thought it was good, and I'm at least it's getting it. WWE got what they wanted, and they're making me want to watch the product again.
We sure are.
So, anything you want to say before we log off for the night, Justin?
What do you think? A teaser for Revolution or nah?
You know what? I'm gonna be at Revolution Live, so you know what? Yeah, I think next time when you guys see us, it will be after we see the Icon Sting say farewell to the wrestling universe.
Farewell.
Yes, and who knows what's gonna happen? There's a lot of interesting stuff in AEW that happened between the time that we, between the last time that we did a pure AEW show. You know, we have a new champion, new faction.
Didn't we do like the first Revolution? Or something?
No.
We did something back then, didn't we?
We might have. No, I think we did talk about it. Because I remember talking about the Young Bucks versus Kenny Omega and Paige match. So
right.
I think we might have. If not, we definitely did a Revolution beforehand.
Yes.
But,
well, that'll do her.
Alright, see you guys then.